I'm sure you have already heard a lot about all these megatrends such as cloud, big data, social, mobile, and in the previous session also about the Internet of Things. Why I'm starting with this? Because these new megatrends enable new business opportunities, and actually there is a demand for new ICT services coming from all the business units, which means ICT is becoming more important than ever before. While in the past it was just seen as a productivity enabler for increasing productivity, now it's definitely breaking new ground. It's seen as an innovation engine, as a backbone of the business that is decisive for support, failure, or growth. And for you as an IT manager of your company, it means if you do it the right way, you have really the potential to become a hero in your enterprise. But building or providing new ICT services means building new infrastructures. And this raises a challenge because building a data center infrastructure is complex. And the reason for this complexity is the complexity of the infrastructure as such. There are various components included, such as server, storage, network components, virtualization layers, operating systems, middleware applications, and a management layer on top of that in order to keep everything under control. And for each of these components, actually, you have to select the hopefully right component, procure the components, integrate the components. This requires a tedious coordination among administrators and other stakeholders. Then usually it's about working off a complex test matrix because the compatibility of the components is not always ensured. And only after all of this has been done, the integration into the production environment can happen. And this requires a deep knowledge and skills, and as each installation is different, the maintenance effort will be very high. So all told, a do-it-yourself approach means error-prone, time-consuming, risky, and expensive. And the justified question is, of course, why should we reinvent the wheel for every project? I think everybody has understood that it doesn't make sense to build a PC on your own because PC vendors have proven that they can do this faster, better, cheaper, whatever. The same is true for servers today as well. And the question is justified, why should we stop with servers? Why shouldn't we move up the ladder towards complete infrastructures? And that's exactly what integrated systems is about. That's exactly what Fujitsu integrated system PrimeFlex is about in particular. So by definition, an integrated system is a pre-configured, pre-integrated, and pre-tested combination of data center components such as server storage, network connectivity, and software, where we see management software as being mandatory and all the other pieces can be optionally included. And the idea behind integrated system PrimeFlex is that these systems are optimally designed based on our best practices and our vast project experience. And this figure shows quite impressively what the difference between a do-it-yourself approach and an integrated systems approach is. Here on the upper half you see when the project starts. Well, you start the design phase, you select all the components, you do the integration of the components, then you work off this complex test matrix, and only after all these activities have been done, you can start with the deployment and the integration into the production environment. If you have a look at the bottom half of the picture, the integrated systems approach, once the project starts, all these nasty things such as design, component integration, testing has already been done by Fujitsu before, so the whole project is really limited to the on-site deployment and the integration into the production environment. And the result is, of course, a lot of benefits. Things are becoming simpler. You need not do this trial and error testing. You need less skills in your IT organization. You save time because planning and design can be minimized. Faster time to production is here the buzzword, and you can be absolutely sure that all the components are compatible with each other and the entire system will work and function at the end of the day. And of course, as we do an optimum design, resources will be utilized much better. Components are optimally harmonized, be it in terms of cables, in terms of data center space, energy consumption and cooling requirements. At the end of the day, also the maintenance efforts will be reduced and problems can be identified rapidly and fixed rapidly as well. And for sure, all of this has a positive impact on the cost, on the capital cost, as well as the operational cost. And we should not forget one thing, and this is you have, as you are relieved from all these nasty things, you can focus more on the really important tasks of the business. You move away from this build and maintenance focus and can improve the responsiveness to new requirements coming from the business units. Fujitsu Integrated System PrimeFlex is available in 2 delivery models, and this is ready-to-run systems and reference architectures. Ready-to-run means these systems are not only pre-tested and pre-integrated, they are even pre-installed. They come pre-installed ex-factory. Pretty often there is only a single order code or at least a simplified configuration. So this is definitely the fastest time to production. On the other hand, reference architectures represent tested and validated design blueprints based on projects or a proof of concept, but they provide you all the flexibility that is needed to adapt them to customer-specific requirements. So the design is also fast and easy because you need not start from the scratch, but you can adapt things if the given configuration does not meet 100% your requirements. And the main message is here that both models result in a fast time to value. As far as reference architectures are concerned, we have to say it's of course desirable to have always installation and configuration guidelines delivered with these reference architectures. But it is a matter of fact that this is not self-evident in the market. And that's why I want to underline that these installation and configuration descriptions, they are delivered as a standard with each and every PrimeFlex reference architecture from Fujitsu. Moreover, of course, we deliver tailoring support either by ourselves or our local partners, and we can even combine the advantages of ready-to-run and reference architectures by pre-installing adjusted reference architectures for you. So, meaning you take advantage from the combination of benefits, flexibility on one hand side and speed on the other hand side. And that's why I dare say that reference architectures from Fujitsu are definitely more than the norm. PrimeFlex systems, they are built from best-in-class technologies, which is either from Fujitsu itself, be it Primagy or PrimeQuest servers, be it Eterna storage systems, but it includes also technologies from our alliance partners. The most important ones you can see here on this slide. And it's also worth mentioning that integrated system PrimeFlex from Fujitsu does not only include what people also denote as converged systems, the traditional integrated systems. It includes also hyperconverged systems, which is a frequently discussed buzzword these days, where actually servers are interconnected, where instead of an external storage, we use the local disks of the server systems, where no storage area network is in place, which means we need not manage this storage area network. Instead of that, we have a virtual SAN with a software-defined storage and a unified central management for all of that, which should make things easier for the customer. And usually data services are included by software in these hyperconverged systems, be it data tiering, be it deduplication, be it snapshots or data replication. Virtualization across storage and compute resources is built in. High availability is of course built in because we have multiple servers. We have this function of data replication, so whenever a physical node fails, another node will still be able to do the job. And a great advantage of hyperconverged is that we are able to scale performance and capacity just by adding physical server nodes, and that's it. And usually a hyperconverged system will discover automatically that nodes have been added or nodes have been removed. So the benefits are listed in the second column. We have less components, meaning we have no external storage. We typically need less data center space. We very often have less energy consumption and lower cooling requirements. The administration effort is lowered. Normally, less skills are needed, which means lower paid staff can do the job. Very often, the TCO is lowered. I say it's not always the case. It depends on the use case. But the main advantage is this easy growth with the increasing demands coming from the business. You are really flexibly able to align the infrastructure to new business requirements. So this is certainly a very important building block for what people denote a software-defined data center. And probably you might have seen a certain degree of enthusiasm from my side with regards to hyperconverged. But this does not mean that hyperconverged is the best and only recipe for every use case. You should have a closer look at the use case. For instance, there are workloads where the physical platform may support them optimally. Monolithic applications, for instance, they do not really support this scale-out approach, which is the core element of hyperconverged. Then probably hyperconverged is not the best way to go. Or if compute and storage resources requirements, they are not needed in tandem, then you should also have a closer look. Or we also have to say that in every hyperconverged solution, there is a particular virtualization layer built in. If you agree to this, then fine. If you need the flexibility and choice of more than one, then probably it's not the best way to go. And also with regards to cost, we have to say there are sometimes particular requirements such as SSDs or special controllers that could cause non-obvious hardware cost. And sometimes the software license cost could also be a bit higher in comparison with the traditional converged type of integrated system. And the built-in data services are of course nice, but if you don't need them for your particular use case, you might be saying, so what? So my recommendation is have a closer look at the use case, decide per every individual use case, and of course, whenever the benefits of hyperconverged outweigh the drawbacks, my recommendation is to go for it, and Fujitsu, of course, will also consult you correspondingly, because we are not a vendor only going for this or that type of integrated system. We have all in our portfolio. PrimeFlex is not just about boxes. PrimeFlex is supported by flexible service options throughout all the project phases, from consulting to design support when it comes to configuration and sizing, to flexible adjustment of reference architectures, for instance, on-site deployment, integration into the production environment, also additional services such as migration, for instance. All of this is delivered either by Fujitsu or by our local partners. We should also bear in mind that integrated systems include several components that have different life cycles. And whenever it comes to the replacement or upgrade of such a component, we have to be careful that the new component is still compatible with all the other ones. That's why life cycle management is key, and this is part of PrimeFlex solution as well, in the same way as an overall solution support with a single point of contact. And if you want to go a step further for managed data center services or managed hosting, if you want to focus more on strategic things rather than the operation of infrastructure, then this is also something that we could discuss. Although the brand name PrimeFlex is pretty new in the market, we introduced it only in November last year as a joint brand for integrated systems from Fujitsu that had different names in the past. We have to say that we do have probably the longest track record in integrated systems in the market. We shipped the first integrated system back in 2002, and since then we have continuously optimized the processes for our end-to-end solutions, be it in product management, manufacturing, quality assurance, or support. And of course, you would like to know what we are addressing with our PrimeFlex systems. And here you see we subdivided all the use cases into these 8 topic areas. We offer systems for SAP and Microsoft environments, for server and desktop virtualization, for private cloud infrastructures, special solutions for high availability and disaster recovery, and of course we address these 2 use case areas, big data and high performance computing. And here you see the currently available offerings in detail, where we have to state that some of the offerings are allocated to multiple use case areas. A typical example is here PrimeFlex for SAP HANA, which is also installed here several times in this country. It is a very important offering for SAP environments, but at the same time, we see it as a very important building block of big data infrastructures. This is only a little bit another representation of the same thing, which also shows which of these offerings exist as ready-to-run systems and which of them exist as reference architectures, or even both of them. And I do not want to read all these things here. It is just an extract of a couple of achievements of our customers. You will get access to the slides later on. You will have a closer look to these. But one thing is, of course, crystal clear. It's not just the benefits of the PrimeFlex approach that we should talk about here. Every PrimeFlex system is built for a certain purpose, and of course has correspondingly a lot of benefits for this certain purpose in terms of improving service quality, increasing flexibility and speed, or reducing cost. The PrimeFlex approach only adds benefits to this one, to the overall benefits of our individual offerings. And I started with a challenge. But I want to say that every challenge can mean, of course, also an opportunity. And now you have learned more about integrated systems, you have learned more about PrimeFlex, and you know how provisioning or providing ICT services in this new world could look like. It is simple, it is fast, the risk is minimized, and all of this happens at optimum cost. So for you guys who are responsible for IT in your enterprises, I think this improves the everyday life and gives you peace of mind. And as far as Fujitsu integrated system PrimeFlex is concerned, once again, the most important characteristics, it includes ready-to-run systems and reference architectures. It includes converged and hyper-converged systems. It's built from best-in-class components. There are attractive supplements and flexible service options in place. And Fujitsu has definitely a long-standing experience. There are many reference customer examples in place. And with these currently 21 offerings that you saw on one of the slides before, we have today one of the broadest portfolios. And I think with all of this, you should be able to become the hero of your enterprise. And if you don't know how, and you ask me how, I would say with my company Fujitsu by your side. Thank you. And I think, yeah, I think after all of this, I was speaking so fast, we have still time for a short video for those ones who have not fully understood my message. Hopefully this video might help to make the message understandable. So thank you very much for your attention.